Alright, so in this game here you are trying to build up temples. And here you can see there are 4 different temples, each with little slots to put in little stone bricks, which you get a supply of over here. You also have down below here an excavation center and little bonus tokens you can get. And then there's a big pile of gold off to the side that you can't see in this image here. You're going to get 8 cards per player. Each card has a different value on it. By having these numbers on the back, when you play these cards face down, people will know that it's one of a certain type of card, but they won't know which value it is. So for example, here you can see that the upper ones are low level values, so a 3, 4, or 5. Lower level you have 6, 7, 8, and then you have this -3, and I'll explain what that does in a little bit. So the first phase of the game is excavation. This is where you are going to excavate your stones from the quarry to build them. So what's going to happen is, in player order, going one at a time, you're going to place a card face down into one of these different quarries here. The first card played cannot be a 6, 8 card. It has to be either the 2 or whatever it is, 3, 4, 4, or 5, I think is what it is. That has to be played down, and so each person's going to play 1 card, and then some cards you can see here how I have cards move sideways here. That's because this quarry you can only play 6 cards, and there's 6 cards there. This one 5 cards, and there's 5 cards there. And this one 4 cards. There's 4 cards there. Additionally, what this shows up here, these little cube boxes, is the person who has the most points in cards in this section is going to get 5 stones in their color from the quarry. This person will get 3, this person will get 2, and then in the next quarry 4, 2, 1, so on and so forth on down. Alright, so then what you're going to do is you're going to start on the right hand side, and you are going to turn over the cards, and you're going to keep them in the order that they were in case there's any kind of ties, because the person who put the card highest is going to have the advantage. So here you have the yellow person has a 3 and the green person has a 6. That means that the green person is going to get this bonus tile, and he's going to get 3 cubes, and the yellow person is going to get 1 cube. When you get this bonus tile, it means if someone plays their -3 card, it cannot affect you. So the green player is going to take this -3 tile and move it over to this far position over here, meaning that if someone has the -3 card face down in here, they can't subtract 3 points from the green player. Alright, so here was again the result. So 1 stone went to the yellow player, 3 stones went to the green player, and this was the bonus token the green player got. In this case here, the green person had more cubes, and they get the bonus of where you can move 2 cubes for free from the excavation pit to the temple, essentially. And he gets a bonus tile. I guess this was the third one. Let's see, another one that came up is this one here. So there were 5 cards. The player 4, you can see here these 2 cards were tied. There was a 4 red and a 4 blue. The green player had played a -3. They get to choose who they wanted to place it on. He chose to take 3 points away from number 4, taking the 4 value down to 1. And so this person gets 1 cube, and this person gets 3 cubes, plus they get this bonus tile here, which allows you to place a cube into one of the pyramids immediately. And so the blue player goes and takes this one of his cubes, and it's not one of the ones you win. It's not from here. It's from the pit of all the mass amount of cubes, and he places that here into the temple, starting the first level. Alright, then in this one here, it looks like you have the 4, or the yellow player has 4, the red player has 7, and the blue player has 5. So since you have 2 -3s here, it's going to start with whoever is closest to the top, which is yellow, and yellow is going to choose someone to place their -3 card on. After yellow does that, then the blue player, since he's further down the line, will get to choose where he's going to play his -3. And so as a result, the yellow player placed theirs on red, the blue player placed theirs on yellow, and so that gave blue 5 points, red 4 points, and yellow 1 point. And so therefore the cube distribution is 4 went to blue, 2 went to red, 1 went to yellow. And blue won this token here, which allows you to, during the building phase, pass for free. So you can kind of see what people are doing. And then this last one here, this was turned over, and you have green has 9 points. Blue has, what's that, 14. Yellow has 8, and red threw in their -3. So this -3 here should not affect the green player. But I think when I actually played this out, I thought the blue player had put it here. Yes. So I applied it to the green player. It should have been applied to someone else. But anyway, so -3 points was taken away from the green player. So their 9 went down to 6. Yellow has 8 points, and blue has 14 points, meaning blue will get 6 cubes, or 5 cubes. Yellow will get 3, green will get 2. Blue also wins the first player token, which means he can be first player or place it on whoever he wants to place it on. And blue's going to place it to the person to his left so that blue can have the last placement opportunity in building up the temples. Alright, so after you get your stones, you're going to move to the transport phase, and that's pretty simple. All that happens is any cards that you did not play into the excavation area are left in your hand, and the total of those cards combined determines how many cubes you can transport to the temples. So you see here blue has a 7 and a 4, which is 11, so he can transport 11 cubes. He has 12 here, so he's going to have to put this one back. He can't transport it. Yellow here has 11. He has less than 11, so he'll be able to transport all his. Red will transport all his. Green is able to transport all his with his cards, but had he had more, so he has 11 here, but had he had more than 11 cubes here, he has a token that gives him 2 free bonus transport. So he would have been able to do 7 plus 4 plus 2, which would be 13. He would have been able to transport 13 cubes. That's it for transport. Then you're going to building phase, and essentially what you're going to do is one at a time you're going to stick a cube inside of a temple. And so you could see it went one at a time, and remember earlier blue was able to place this cube here for free because of the bonus he got. So it started with his player to the left, which I believe was yellow, and then, I don't know, red, then green, then blue. And so what happens is after everybody places one stone at a time, you're going to look at these little numbers on the side of the temples. Whoever has the most cubes in a row is going to get the larger number, and whoever has the second most cubes is going to get the second number, and that's in gold coins. So if you look at this one, you can see that red has more cubes than blue does, and more than yellow and more than green. So red is going to end up getting 3 gold, and blue has more than yellow and green, so they're going to get 1 cube. Now if you look at a situation up here, you can see that first place is tied. Yellow has 2, green has 2, and red has 1. And so essentially you're going to give 3 coins to yellow and green, and red would get 1 coin. And so in the end it kind of breaks down like this. So you see this image here. Blue got 1 coin for the first row because it was a 3-1 split. Red got 3 coins for the first row here because they had the most coins. Then we went up to the second row where blue had the most, so blue was able to get 3. Now if you do not have one of your color cubes in a row below another row, so like here there's blue cubes here and there's blue cubes down here. So blue could build in this second level, but over here you could see in this temple, blue is not in the first level, nor is he in the second level. Blue could not place in the third level because he doesn't have any cubes in both of the rows below it. Likewise, if these yellow ones weren't here and it was open, he couldn't place a cube where the yellow ones are either, because he doesn't have one in the first row. You can only build upwards if you have a base block. And so this is just kind of the money distribution here. In the second row, you had yellow and green tied, so they both got $3. And coming in second was red. And so at the end, after the first building phase, blue has $10, yellow has $6, green has 5, and red has 5. And then what happens after all the money is handed out is you go to the erosion phase. And essentially for any payout that you got in a row, you're going to lose a block. So here you can see blue got paid out here, so he's going to lose one of his stones. Down here, red got paid out because he had the most, so he's going to go from 3 stones to 2 stones. Blue, who had the second highest level with 2 stones, is going to lose 1 for getting a payout, so he's going to go from 2 stones to 1 stone, and so he'll be tied with green and yellow. Likewise in this temple here, blue has the most, so he got 3 coins for that. He's going to lose 1 and go down to 3. Yellow had the second most, so he's going to lose 1 and go down to 1. So this is kind of what it looks like afterwards, after the stones have been removed. This red one here actually should have been removed because, as you can see, since they were tied for first, red got a coin for second, so it should have been removed. I just didn't catch that in the removal phase. Now, if you ever have a cube of a color that's left in a row, but there's none below it, like if we look at this yellow one over here, if instead it had, at the end it had a yellow cube up here, but none in the first row below it, that cube would disappear. And it would just be removed from that temple. So here's how it is. All the cubes slide over, and you're just going to do this 2 more times. You do this 3 times, and that's it. This game is about building temples. It could have been something else like this. It could have been shipping goods, and you could have whoever had the most goods packed over on the side, they get to put theirs on the ship, and it ships off. The theme is very non-existent. It's just a little abstract game, but that's pretty much how it works.